सीधे ले चल रहे नॉर्थ ब्लॉक, जहां वित्त मंत्री अरुण जेटली इस वक्त संवाददाताओं को संबोधित कर रहे हैं।
Full big picture of what is the recap position of the last few years. Indradhanush, which we announced in 2015-16, was 70,000 crores. Out of that 70, 52 had already been spent, and 18 was the balance. That 18 was included in the second tranche of 2,11,000 crores. So it became 211 plus the initial 52, which was the leftover balance. Now out of this 2,11,000, 1,35,000 were the bonds, and the balance was either by market raising or by sale of non-core assets. Now, at the beginning of this year, of this entire amount which had been sanctioned, a total amount of 65,000 crores was still remaining. And as of today, of that 65,000 crores, 42,000 is still remaining. And therefore, with this additional 41,000, for which we have sought a parliamentary sanction, we still, for the balance 3.5 months, will now have 42,000 plus 41,000, which is 83,000 for the balance year, and that will make this year's recap to a total of 1,06,000 crores. Now, this 1,06,000 in all for this year and 83,000 which is remaining is going to be utilized under 4 different heads. The first, of course, is to ensure that the banks meet their regulatory capital norms. The second will be that the better performing PCA banks are given capital to achieve a 9% capital to risk weighted asset ratio, the CRAR, and the required capital conservation buffer and the 6% net NPA requirements, so that some of them are able to come out of the PCA itself. The third category will be the non-PCA banks, which are very close to the PCA red line, will be provided some capital to ensure that they don't get into the PCA. And of course, where the amalgamation is taking place this year, some regulatory and growth capital will have to be provided to those banks. Now, this 83,000 crore will be distributed in this manner. Once the distribution process is decided by the DFS, in these 4 heads, it will be made known to each one of you. Meanwhile, the recognition of the NPAs, a process which started in 2015, has made a considerable headway. It's almost complete. And at a time where it had peaked in March 2015, the non-recognition was to the extent of about 7%. That now is about 0.59. So a high provisioning has already been made by the banks as a result of disciplining which has taken place in the last few years. And obviously, they led to the peaking of the NPAs, because what was under the carpet has been brought in the best norms of transparency shown on the books. And hopefully, the last quarter has already shown that there is an improved performance, and therefore now the downward slide in the NPA itself would now commence. this entire exercise will also lead to the improvement in the lending capacity of the banks itself. I'll now leave it to the Secretary to make his comments.
This present enhanced capital, as Honorable FM has mentioned, is in the 4 categories that we maintain the minimum regulatory capital of all the banks, all the PSBs, and to achieve 9% capital to, which is already higher by 1% as per the Basel. Basel provides for 8%. The present regulatory regime is 9%, so the government has taken this additional thing to provide even that higher 9%, and also 1.875% capital conservation buffer, which makes it total 10.875% to the PCA banks which have shown better performance. Not to all, but only to those which are better performing. And also to bring their NNPAs to a 6% margin. This also will, as FM has mentioned, ensure that all the non-PCA banks which are in stress and which are close towards in breach of some of the parameters of the PCA threshold are also provided capital that they do not breach it. So this is all encouraged by the various improvements which the banks have shown. As Honorable FM has mentioned, that the NPAs recognition is complete, recapitalization is in full swing, it has been enhanced further, recovery is also in full swing. The last, this H1 recovery is to the tune of 60,726 crores, which is also 60,726 crores. I'll distribute it to you. This H1. And this trend is likely to continue. And we are awaiting the very basic credit data relationship which has changed because of the IBC and debarment of the connected parties. We see a future resolutions in the coming months. And the bank's credit risk weighted assets to gross advances has also decreased from 80% to 71%, which shows, I'll circulate this to you, which also shows the quality of the assets which is now increasing. The risk-taking capacity is also improving. And this has also been recognized by the World Bank while the ease of doing business report, that getting credit, we have had an improvement from 44 position to 22 positions between the year 2016 to 2018. So the PSBs are showing tremendous improvements in terms of recognition, in terms of provisioning, in terms of recovery, in terms of reforms. And therefore, this is the time that we empower them and equip them with the capital so that the fastest growing economy is fully, banks are ready to support that growth. Thank you.
So can we see that some banks coming out of PCA now?
And more importantly, sir, which will be these banks and what will be the criteria of how fund infusions will
happen?
be
And so adding to that question, sir, you also mentioned some banks are close to the PCA red line, so any names that you would like to give or any indication?
3 banks are in within the threshold 1. They have not reached the threshold 1 in the non-PCA, so they will be provided capital so as to strengthen their base. And about the PCA banks, the performances we are looking at is the lower level and declining trend of net NPAs. Whichever PCA bank has shown better performance in terms of the reduction in the NPAs and the improvements in return on assets. So these would be the 2 major criteria. Names will work out. Names are.
सर नाम नहीं बता सकें, पर ये बता सकें चालू कारोबारी साल में इस पैसे के इस्तेमाल के बाद कितने बैंक PCA से बाहर आ जाएंगे? 4, 5, 6 कुछ ऐसा आपको नाम बताता? ये
असेसमेंट के बेसिस पे 4 से 5 बैंक्स को कैपिटल देने का प्रोविज़न हमने किया है, जिसमें depending on their performance and depending on the results of the Q2 and also the Q3, the figures will be decided. But there are chances that we equip at least 3, 4, 5 banks to facilitate them that they meet 10.875% capital, which is the highest prescribed capital today as on March 31st of 2019. and also bring their NNPAs to 6%, which is the capital, which is the regulatory norm as on the date.
So 4 to 5 banks under PCA will be given. So these
That
are the
would be
banks
worked
under
out.
PCA, or
These are the banks under
Under
PCA
PCA, and which also have a high chance of probably
getting
coming
out,
out.
and they will be facilitated by this, because the three factors are there in the PCA regime, which was changed in 2017. While all the reforms were happening, the PCA regime was also made far more stringent, and the return on asset and other things which are not internationally applicable were also added. But nonetheless, the government is committed to provide whatever is prescribed within the as a regulatory norm.
So one more corollary also. So you mentioned that these banks may have a high degree of possibility of coming out. So in the meanwhile, the Board for Financial Supervision is also looking into this issue. Will that be additional support, or you will still like go ahead and have your own plan?
The regulatory regime, as per the prescribed regulatory regime, the capital base is to be maintained. The government's additional supplementary and additional budgetary provision will equip these banks to whatever is the maximum regulatory prescribed norm and the 6% NNPA. Thereby, it will facilitate the BFS also to take a decision as per their norms. But that's within the BFS's mandate.
When do you start getting that money?
That will decide based on the results and on the parameters.
And would some banks be left out of this, this infusion that's
There are
happening?
some banks which don't need capital this financial year. Are there banks which will not need at all?
There are some which will not need, which are in a very sound base, which already maintain the minimum prescribed regulatory capital. Actually, some of them maintain even higher than that.
Can you give the names and how many of them are there?
3 or 4 banks are such. State Bank does not need it. Bank of Baroda at the moment doesn't need it. Indian Bank is also maintaining very well. Vijaya Bank is also maintaining very well. And as FM mentioned, that the amalgamating entity after this merger would also be further equipped, because it will become the second or third largest bank. So it will also need the additional funding, because it will become systemically important bank. That fact will also be factored in.
So what about Punjab National Bank, sir?
That's in the breach of the threshold. So they are one candidate. They are also a candidate for.
अब ये होमवर्क आप लोग खुद भी
खुद
कर
भी
लो
कर
उनके
लीजिए।
अकाउंट्स देख के। जो बीच वाले हैं, which are either likely to go down or which can come up, that's the category being helped. जो बहुत स्ट्रॉन्ग हैं या जहाँ इन्वेस्ट करने से भी लाभ नहीं अभी होने वाला।
So, but simultaneously PNB is doing a stake sale in housing south.
So,
you think they will be getting money, so you may not need to.
As mentioned by the FM, the market raising and sale of non-core assets is also part of the entire capitalization plan. And not only PNB, many others are also doing it. The market raising is also, they have all the permissions in hand, and therefore at the opportune time,
2,11,000 का हिस्सा था ना।
at the opportune time, they will also go to the market.
So PNB will get capital infusions, and it's in level 1 of the PCA.
It's in the formula we have given you, the broad principles. Whosoever fits into this.
जिन बैंकों का मर्जर होना है, उसमें बैंक ऑफ बड़ौदा और विजया बैंक का आपने कहा, देना बैंक को भी मिल सकता है क्या?
तीनों बैंक्स में देना बैंक तो पहले से पीसीए बैंक है, उसको रेगुलेटरी कैपिटल की रिक्वायरमेंट है, बट द अमलगमेटेड एंटिटीज combined balance sheet would be looked at to ensure that all three not only meet regulatory but also get some growth, because it's going to be the second, third largest bank of the country.
सर एक जवाब में FM सर ने कहा था कि जो पैसा दिया जाए उसका इस्तेमाल लैंडिंग बढ़ने में भी किया जाएगा, लैंडिंग बढ़ेगा इससे। तो जो हम लोग नकदी की समस्या की बात कर रहे थे, खासतौर से MSME की ज़्यादा लेन देने की, क्या आपको लगता है कि एक फोकस एरिया होगा वहाँ पे समस्या दूर हो सकेगी इससे?
MSME lending already 14 to 15% की रेंज में है, एंड इफ़ यू लुक एट दी सेग्रीगेशन जिसमें 25 करोड़ तक के लोन्स और 25 करोड़ से ऊपर के MSMEs के, उसमें लैंडिंग की ग्रोथ है। पिछले बोर्ड मीटिंग में भी डिस्कशन हुआ था, जो आपने वेबसाइट पे देख सकते हैं RBI की, कि MSME सरकार का एक बहुत ही ऐसा फोकस एरिया है जहां पर लैंडिंग की सख्त आवश्यकता है।
तो आप ये देख रहे थे नॉर्थ ब्लॉक से संवाददाता सम्मेलन। और